Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Gun Psychiatrist here, and I want to start a new series on the channel. This series is going to be on teaching how to do CAD modeling. For those of you that don't know what CAD is pretty much the foundational program for how everything you see in the world is made, just about. CAD also stands for Computer Aided Design. There are several programs out there that are available, some for free, some cost money. But you can use these programs to jump right in and start designing things right on your own personal computer from home or work or wherever you might be in the world. I've been doing CAD now for probably about 4 years. It's kind of what got me interested in mechanical engineering. And I also think there's a lot of people out there, especially folks in the gun industry, that have a lot of good ideas but don't know how to bring those into a 3D model. And I think if folks can learn how to 3D model and do CAD, they can really set their creativity skills on an entirely different level. In this series of videos I'm going to show you how to do CAD. This video, we're going to go through some of the basics, what to download and where to download it from. I'll be using Autodesk Fusion 360. But for those of you that might be students in school, and you don't have to be going through an engineering program, or you could be going to get a nursing degree. If you're interested in learning how to do CAD, CAD is made available from Autodesk for free for students. And even if you're in high school watching this video, you can still get access to an entire suite of products through Autodesk.com. So once you go there, you would want to Google search student access for Autodesk. And upon doing that, you'll go through and you'll file for it, submit whatever paperwork you need, and they'll usually approve your student account right away. Probably less than a day at max. And if you give them everything they need, it'll probably get approved instantly. Once you go to Autodesk, we need to go up into your account and find the product section. And I'll show you that now. So up in this upper left-hand corner right here, you can click on this and go to products and services, which is going to take you to all of the entire product line that's available to you for free as a student. And if you're wondering, you only have to renew this every year. So, they'll send out an email to your student email or whatever, to your personal email, and just say, hey, recertify, tell us you're still in school. Go ahead and download the latest version of Fusion 360 and install it on your computer. And once you do that, you can go ahead and open Fusion 360. So let's cover a few things first before we start to get to anything in this program. So up here is your environment tab, and you have different environments that you can run in. One's a generative design. This rendering feature can create realistic images or just a realistic 3D model. So, if you use like Chrome and wood, it'll actually give you a realistic 3D model and won't just look like a computer generated image. This animation feature allows you to assemble and animate your part from all 360-degree views. The simulation allows you to run FEA analysis, which is pretty powerful. I don't use it a lot because to me it's quite difficult to use, whereas Inventor does offer a lot more user-friendly interface. Manufacturing workspace is your built-in CAM workspace, which is computer-aided manufacturing, which allows you to set up the part that you have created on an overwhelming amount of machines that they have in their library. And you can go ahead and program tool paths and put your tools in and like this. So if you're going to run this on a three-axis end mill or a lathe or what have you, you can set your part up in here and basically generate the G code to go ahead and put that in the machine and create the part. And then you have your drawing workspace, which allows you to create draft prints out of your 3D model object. Under your creation tab, you have different features. The main one you'll always start with is a 3D sketch. You'll start off with that by sketching lines, and then you can extrude, you can revolve, sweep, loft, rib, web, emboss. There's a hole feature that allows you to place holes in the object that you made. There's a thread feature that allows you to place threads in those holes. You can create boxes, cylinders, spheres, a torus, coil, a pipe. You can create different patterns, pattern along the path, geometric patterns, circular patterns, rectangular patterns. That's a great feature if you're doing a really extensive 3D model. You can also mirror patterns. You can thicken objects as well, and that's pretty much for that. The automated modeling allows you to assemble parts together and push those parts into each other. Generative design, okay, so this is basically generative design. This is something new that they've brought in the latest updates. So that's something we'll get to playing with when the time comes. Fusion is like one of the most powerful programs I've seen, but it has its downfalls. Inventor, also by Autodesk, is a great program. In a lot of respects, it's more powerful than Fusion, but it makes some things that Fusion has made easy. It makes those more complicated, and it also simplifies some things that Fusion makes hard. So it's kind of a mix-up, but I end up using both a lot of times, especially with assemblies. When you're creating assemblies, it's super easy to do in Inventor, and it just seems like Fusion is super difficult, but that's because I kind of learned assemblies on Inventor and didn't really learn much on Fusion. This press pull feature allows you to make objects bigger or smaller, change dimensional objects from sketches. After it becomes a 3D model, you can make those slight changes with the press pull feature. This fillet feature puts rounded edges on your 3D model. So if you have like it shows here on the left, that box on the left, you can put round edges on it. Shell feature allows you to take a solid object and create a shell or a border thickness. This combine tool allows you to combine two different objects, which we'll get into. And a split feature allows you to split objects using different tools that you might have created. There's also a chamfer feature that allows you to impart chamfers on parts. You have a drafting feature, which allows you to change angles of parts. You can offset faces somewhat. There's splits. There's a body split, a silhouette split. There's a lot of cool tools here. Your physical material will dictate what the actual material is made out of. This is primarily used for FEA analysis and your CAM environment, because you need to tell the machine what you're cutting on, so you know your average machine speeds and everything else. And then your appearance feature can actually allow you to change the colors of everything. That's pretty much it for that side. Your assembly allows you to create joints and different from different parts that you bring into a design. You can create as-built joints. This is really, really hard to use for some reason, whereas Inventor makes this really simple. But you can basically build like this razor knife right here. You can build it and make the little blue piece there slide in and outward like it would on a razor blade. These are your plane features, and we'll get into these eventually, but the planes can be really great for setting up different sketches over different lengths of your entire model. So I'll get into that, but this does allow you with some pretty impressive construction features when you're doing 3D model building. This inspect feature, mainly this is your measure feature. So if you just need to pull a quick measurement on there, that'll allow you to do so. There's an interference analysis tool. So if you have two parts that are sitting inside each other, you can see which edges are having an interference issue. There's a curvature analysis that'll kind of give you a comb and sample points along a selected curve or edges of a curve. You have a draft analysis, curve analysis. There's a lot of great tools in here. You can get your center of mass. That's a handy tool because that could save a lot of math work. Then you can do a section analysis to see where different parts on your 3D model, especially if you're working with parts within parts. That section analysis is great to just kind of dive into the meat of an object and see what is interfering where or what is hitting where. And that's pretty much about it. This insert feature allows you to insert you can put decals and canvases, so you can take a picture and then create a 3D model from a picture. I don't have much experience with that, so I won't cover it too much. Then your select tool allows you just to select parts that you have on here. But so over here you have your navigation feature. This little home button brings you to your home position. Okay, and so you have your front, your right, your top, your bottom. This kind of helps control the Cartesian coordinate system. and looking at different aspects of everything. But you can see down here you have a grid, and here you can change your orbit. You can go to a free orbit, so you can kind of move this around like this, or you can switch back to a constrained orbit where it's constrained and this thing won't just fly around on you all crazy when you're trying to navigate inside a model. This pan feature allows you to move this workspace around. You can simply do this, of course, by pressing down. If you have one of those wheel mouses, you can press down on the wheel button that you would use the zoom, and press and hold, and you can drag it around as well. This allows you to zoom in and zoom out. Your display settings gives you a visual style. You can go shaded with hidden edges. We'll show you this more. Wireframe mode allows you to just take everything down to a wire. Object visibility allows you to see all the joint origins, your origin planes, all that fun stuff. Your camera, you can put it into a perspective mode. So there's all sorts of features there. This, you can turn your grid off. You can do your grid lock. You can do your layout grid, your grid settings. You can change the settings of your grid. You can do fixed, major spacing every 5 inches. You can change all that down. And then, of course, right here, one of my favorite features is you can go into a multiple view feature. Especially once you have a model built, you can use this to go into multiple views. Here you got a right view, here you got a front view, and here you have a top view. That's pretty much the gist of it. Up here, you have your document settings. And of course, you're gonna, down here, you'll start to see our timeline. This down here is called a timeline. And you can go back and forth in your timeline, but here you can change the units. So if you don't want to work in inches, you can work in meters, you can work in millimeters, you can work in centimeters, inches, feet, whatever you want. Right here, you have your main views and your origins, which is going to be these 3 planes that pop up right here. You have your center origin. So 0 in the X direction, 0 in the Y direction, 0 in the Z direction. And this also tells you which your axis is you're working on. So when you turn this around, so here you can kind of see, so you have your X-axis runs this way, your Y-axis runs that way, and your Z-axis is up. That is about it. That is Fusion 360 explained in a nutshell. So what we'll do in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and take you through a sketch and show you different features inside of Sketch so you can start creating sketches and doing different things in Sketches. But until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and start creating some things. And the more you can learn the software, the better off you're going to be down the road. And even if you just want to do it for fun, but it's a rewarding process. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm the Gun Psychiatrist signing off. God bless America. Thank you.